What's up guys, NeumanPro, and I'm here to talk about the rest of that Buster Blader support.
NeumanPro does the Yu-Gi-Oh! Show.
So apparently the rest of the, or at least what we know of thus far being the rest of the Buster Blader support has been released, announced. And if you have watched my Toon Buster Blader video, then there was one card in particular that I had talked about that I thought, you know, if they created this card, it would make Buster Blader that much more amazing. It was a field spell I thought of that would make all monsters on the field and in the graveyard, so essentially Zombie World, dragons. So it's Zombie World, dragons, dragons. I don't know. That's what I thought fun. But after thinking about it for a while, that card would be way too OP in my mind, because so many decks rely on their, not only just as archetype, but also the type, their monster type, to be successful, especially from the graveyard. So I just thought about that for a second and went, no way, now this is going to be way too OP. If I, and if you want to know, I'm wearing a glove. I was listening to Make a Capital G's video, and that's how I heard about this, while I am doing some painting, so happy days. But kind of to jump right into this, I'm looking at the three cards right now. The last one is the spell that I'm going to be very interested in, so just pay attention while we get there. But I'll just walk through, kind of browse through the couple of other cards that were announced too. One of them is Destruction Sword. So two monsters is what we got here, two effect monsters. First one is going to be called, I'm just going to go by their English names. So Destruction Sword Wizard Buster Blade. He's a dark spellcaster type, so you never thought, you know, it'd just be dragons and warriors, but you got spellcasters. Level 3, 1200 attack, 900 defense. Effect 1, you can target one Buster Blader you control, equip this card from your field, or have it in your hand. Excuse me, you can target one Buster Blader you control, equip this card from your field, or have in your hand to target you control. You know, I think they mistyped that there. Or am I reading it way wrong? Or have in your hand to that target you control. Whatever. So you attach it to Buster Blader. Okay, either on the field or in your hand. While this card is equipped to a monster, monsters in your opponent's graveyard cannot activate their effects. So that's huge. That's kicking. Burning Abyss are going to get hit so hard if you pay attention here. Burning Abyss are going to get hit so damn hard with this Buster Blader support. There, can't activate their effects, so can't activate no graveyard effects, which is going to kill a lot of things. Kill zombie too, man. I can't use my Plague Spreader anymore from the grave with that effect. You can send this equipped card to the graveyard, then target one Destruction Sword monster in your graveyard, other than Destruction Sword Wizard Buster Blade, add it to your hand. So essentially you are recycling. You can cycle off, send this to your grave, bring back something else maybe you want or need for that turn. So that's the first one. You know, I think that's a pretty good monster. It feels like Noble Knights though, with all these importance of equipping to a big powerful Buster Blader or something like that. Next one is Destruction Sword Arms Buster Blade. It's an Earth Machine type, so we got spellcasters and machines of all things. This effect is a level 4, 1600, 1200 defense. You can target one Buster Blader you control, equip this card from your field or in your hand, same thing as before. When this card is equipped to that monster, spell and trap cards that are already face up on your opponent's side of the field cannot activate their effects. Continuous traps that activate or that get triggered can't activate their effects. So Chicken Game, well, you're not running that draw engine there because you have to activate the field spell first. Then you pay the 1,000 life points. That's a separate activation. So, yeah, you're not going to be able to do that. Chicken Game's fundamental standing effect still applies, though, the one where the lowest life points can't get damaged. So maybe you even want to run Chicken Game. Maybe that would be something to run, you know, because now your opponent can't pay 1,000 to destroy it. Maybe you can't draw cards, but it's one of those stall cards where it can sit out on the field now. Its effect is already in play. It's not activating. It's a continuous effect once it's out on the field. So that's pretty fun here. And then the third effect for this monster, you can send this equipped card to the graveyard. The monster this card was equipped to gains 1,000 attack to the end of the turn. You know, I think that's right there. If you need to get over something quickly, fine. Send it to the graveyard, bump up that extra 1,000, you're good there. But with so many pendulum effects out there that, like Cleese, Scout, you can't use Scout's effect to search. So that's pretty awesome in my opinion. And then finally, last but not least, the spell card that I predicted. So I didn't predict it exactly, but I had an idea that they were going to come up with something similar to this. Fate of the Destruction Swordmaster. It is a quick play spell card, so same speed as a trap essentially. You can only use each effect of Fate of the Destruction Swordmaster once per turn. And my power is low on my computer, because as I said, I've been listening to it. And I don't have it plugged in. So you can only use one of these effects. There's two effects. One, target up to, so this is key here, target up to 3 monsters with the same type in your opponent's graveyard. Banish them, and if you do, have one Buster Blader monster or Destruction Sword monster you control gain 500 attack for each monster banished by this effect until the end of the turn. You just gain Buster Blader's effect for not just only Buster Blader, but even the low-level destruction swords. And maybe you don't even need the attack boost. This is so key with the graveyard being so important to the meta right now. That is a huge, huge advantage piece right there. And it's only for the end of this turn. It's a quick play, so it's not continuous, unfortunately, like my field spell would have kind of been as long as I was out on the field. Because it's target up to. It's not just target 3. It is, they may need to just rename this if this becomes errata this if it becomes a problem. Up to 3 monsters with the same type. So I can banish up to 3 monsters, and most all archetypes are huge. Most of their cards are the same type. With Buster Blader here, you're kind of splitting it now between Dragons, Warrior Spells, machines. But most of the decks right now out there, they're all the same type. So you got no problem with that. As long as they got them in their graveyard, go right ahead. Banish those suckers out from the game. People may have to start siding in cards to unbanish, get their guys back into the graveyard at that point to counteract it. But yeah, gain 500 attack for the rest of that turn. So it's Buster Blader's 500 attack for each dragon, but in this case, you can use it on any type you want, as long as there's any in there. That's 500 attack boost for that turn. Simple as that. Because again, as long as there's one monster there, it says up to. So you're not required to have 3 in there. So you can, maybe if they are playing a split deck, you know, like a chaos deck with different types, you know, even at locals where you're not going to see as much of just the straight out meta domination. Most people like to have a little more fun at their locals and try some stuff out. I'm amazed at that. And that's just only effect 1. Effect 2. If this card is in your graveyard, you can discard 1 Destruction Sword card, add this card from your graveyard to your hand. It's recyclable. You're trading one in for another. So you trade 1 Destruction Sword in for this quick play spell. It's a quick play. You can activate it from your hand as well if you're going to go into that. Chain it in the attack phase. I don't see how this card isn't going to become a super strong problem for the meta right now for those who are going to decide to run a Buster Blader deck. So while Toon Buster Blader kind of is outliving his usefulness in Toons, this card in and of itself is amazing in my opinion for the Buster Blader archetype, hands down. And you know, it's 1 Buster Blader monster, so you can use this spell card with Toon Buster Blader. So maybe you want to put that in your Toon. No. You lose a lot of synergy with your Toons there because you can't recycle it now since it's not a Destruction Sword. So I don't know what to say. But that's kind of was my prediction, and that's why I thought I'd hop on here, just kind of talk about it quick. And we'll leave it at that. So this is NeumanPro. Till next time, signing out.